This is Merseynewslive. I'm Ollie Nolan Davies with a roundup of today's news. The news today has been dominated by one man. Rishi Sunak has finally become Prime Minister amidst fears in Merseyside that he will do little to help the Labour stronghold reverse the cuts to spending. He is the first British Asian to hold the office and the youngest leader in the country has seen in over 200 years. The new PM arrived this lunchtime at 10 Downing Street and was greeted by hecklers amongst the crowds. Shannon Pickett has been following the day's events.
And I have been elected as leader of my party and your Prime Minister, in part, to fix them. And that work begins immediately.
Calm, cool, confident and unfazed by the hecklers, Rishi Sunak pledged to the waiting media that he would undo the mistakes made by his short-lived predecessor. But as he moves into Downing Street, Sunak faces a hard task convincing Labour strongholds like Merseyside that he has their best interests at heart.
I will place economic stability and confidence at the heart of this government's agenda. This will mean difficult decisions to come.
Dave Toomer is a politics lecturer at Liverpool John Moores University.
In terms of the impact on the Northwest and on Merseyside in particular, well, I think most local political commentators would say that Rishi Sunak hasn't really endeared himself to deprived urban areas. If he really wants to turn things round in an area like Merseyside, in a region like Merseyside, he's going to have to reverse the massive spending cuts that have already taken place on Merseyside. Liverpool has lost something like 65% of its core funding in the last 10 years. And for some of that period, Rishi Sunak, of course, was Chancellor.
Conservatives, although few and far between Merseyside, welcome their new leader. Ron Watson is the former leader of the Sefton Conservatives.
I was very impressed. I thought he was a junior minister, he had a really good grasp of it. He was clearly knowledgeable. I thought his manner was good.
The Conservatives' sentiments are not shared across the region.
Those comments were utterly despicable. I mean, how he could justify saying them. Yeah, absolutely. There are underdeveloped, deprived areas all across the country and also in the northwest. What we need to see is living standards of ordinary people improved. But currently, we're seeing, the CEOs, the bankers, the caps on whose bonuses were lifted by Liz Truss, and the Bank of England, bosses laying out an economic policy. It's going to benefit them.
Almost could be a case of the Tory party almost using it as a distraction to be like, look, we now have the first British Asian Prime Minister, let's ignore the talk about the general election.
But I think with Boris gone and he had to go himself and then Truss had to go, I think a general election would be the only better, decent thing to, let the people decide now, and that's it, instead of the Conservatives who are just trying desperately to, hang on no matter what at the end of the day.
And Pickett, Merseynewslive, Liverpool.
MSB Walton, a grassroots football team from South Liverpool, has been forced to turn to the community to raise money after their equipment was destroyed in a fire. The response from the public has allowed the club to carry on with games and training. I went down to Camp Hill to speak to their manager.
MSB Walton has been raising money to replace all the equipment they lost after their shed was burned down. Thanks to immense support from the local community, the club has now raised in excess of £25,000.
Yeah, it's been massive, as I say, from sorrow from last Monday when I seen the shed all burnt down with all the equipment, the goals, the balls, even the exchange of boots that we do for children who can't afford boots. They were all melted. From the Monday to date now, it's been one of community spirit, which has been fantastic, to be fair.
The club is at the heart of the community with over 100 teams from under sevens all the way through to the club's men's and women's first teams.
I've had phone calls from big massive organisations saying how can we help, to a nan who has donated some of her pension, which tells me absolutely everything that we need to know about MSB Walton, other surrounding clubs and the grassroots community in general, really. On Camp Hill where we are, we do the under fives and under sixes. We got roughly again about 270 children vying to go into teams, which this is all we do. every single person's here to volunteer. The parents turn up week in, week out. The children turn up week in, week out. And there's no more better feeling than having kids playing football.
Ollie Nolan Davies, Merseyside.
The esteemed Czech conductor Libor Pešek has died at the age of 89. For 10 years, Pešek was the principal conductor of the Royal Liverpool Philharmonic Orchestra and served as conductor laureate until his death earlier this week. Harriet Beldebos has more.
Liverpool Philharmonic was home to the Czech conductor Libor Pešek, who died aged 89. Glyn Monhughes reminisces on his career.
Very warm, very sparkling, one of these people who always called you colleague, even if he didn't know who you were. So he made you part of the family sort of thing, and he was a really refreshing person to be around because he was so positive about everything. Because he lived this life of thinking life was there to be enjoyed and he had to make the most of it, and that was his whole ethic. So he was just sort of a delight to be with, really. The legacy is huge, and he's been followed by other people like Vasily Petrenko again, brought this Russian sound. So you've got this catalogue of quite fantastic sounds, changing the orchestra and making the Liverpool brand go worldwide. He was 89, which is a big age, and he was working quite recently because he was conducting here not very long ago.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The Turner Prize has returned to Liverpool for the first time in 15 years. Tate Liverpool has launched the Turner Prize 2022, featuring the artworks of 4 different nominees, all with the hope of winning the sought-after title as well as £25,000. Shannon Pickett has more.
The Turner Prize has been running for 38 years and has become one of the world's best-known prizes for visual art. Its purpose is to encourage new developments in contemporary art. Dominic Beaumont, a representative for Tate Liverpool, said the prize has helped with the level of public engagement with contemporary art, with previous winners becoming the most renowned artists of their generation. Nominees this year are Veronica Ryan, Heather Phillipson, Ingrid Pollard and Sin Wykin. Their work is free to view, and the Tate will be hosting talks with the artists themselves throughout November. The winner will be announced at St George's Hall on the 7th of December.
Liverpool's annual River of Light exhibition is flooding the city with illuminations. The annual celebration of innovative artworks has an unusual theme called an unexpected twist, to honour the city hosting the World Gymnastics Championships next week. Annabelle Ostel reports.
The annual River of Light exhibition has opened once again in Liverpool. The outdoor illuminated gallery officially lit up on Friday night and will remain for people to see until November 6th. The exhibit of inspiring artwork spreads across a 2-kilometre loop along the Liverpool waterfront and will display all new lights of the city, some never even seen before in the world. The theme for this year is an unexpected twist, a nod to the World Gymnastics Championship that's taking place in Liverpool at the same time, over at the M&S Arena across from the River of Light exhibition. Artworks included go by the names of the Rainbow Accordion, Electric Dandelions, the Light Looper, Continuum and the Beam. These are created by artists ranging from locals to international, including renowned artists like Yinka Iloe and Camille Walala. This will be the first time they have worked in the art medium of light. The gallery is paid for by Liverpool City Council, and the lights will turn on every evening at 5 p.m. and back off at 9 p.m. for a fully COVID-19 safe experience.
Writing on the Wall has published a book titled Toxteth, The Thrill of It All, by local writer P.M. Russell. The organisation has launched the book to celebrate Black History Month. Jasmine Dawson has more.
Toxteth, The Thrill of It All is a book about the people, places and events that have formed the renowned area of Toxteth in Liverpool today. The area has a bold history behind it, with the famously known Toxteth riots in 1981. Through a series of essays and illustrations, author P.M. Russell celebrates the friendly and unique people and the strong bond of community which she grew up in herself. Join both Russell and Writing on the Wall tonight at the Toxteth Library from 6 p.m. till 9 p.m.
A senior lecturer at LJMU is aiming to row a marathon today as he hopes to raise money for the True Athletic project. Danny Cullinane, who is a trustee of the project, will be attempting to row twice as far in one sitting as he ever has before. Now, staying with sport, Wrexham striker and Liverpool native Paul Mullin has been barred from wearing boots depicting inappropriate language aimed towards the Conservatives. The forward posted a picture of the message on social media with a spokesperson for the club stating they had no prior knowledge of the incident. Wrexham, who are owned by American owners Rob Reynolds and Rob McElhenney, say they take a neutral position on politics. That's everything for now. I'm Ollie Nolan Davies. For more, visit www.merseynewslive.com.
Still well done.
Thanks.